Shoot for the stars and you get to the moon. Sometimes you don't even leave the fucking stratosphere. You're probably wondering, you just uploaded a video and then fucked off for 2 months. Well, it's a recurring thing when it comes to my creative endeavors where I'll just do something and then I won't return to it for a while. I suppose for this channel in particular, I have a decent reason as to why I haven't been doing anything. As you can probably see from the title and the thumbnail, I may have done a little bit of clickbait. I may have done a little bit of a... Ooh, gotcha. Gotcha in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. No, my car wasn't impounded, and I didn't have to pay a $5,000 fine. However, there were the possibilities that I was going to have to do those things, and that would have been really fucking annoying, dude, to be completely honest. I would not have fucked with that at all whatsoever. Basically, the story goes, I just come home from work, I'm sitting in the lounge room, watching TV. My dad comes in and he goes, hey, there is a little white note on the driver's side window of your car. You might want to go look at that. And I went, okay, maybe it's just a neighbor or something. So I go outside, and this note is like fucking fully super glued to the fucking windscreen, man. I'm like, how the fuck they expect you to drive? But I suppose that's the point. But basically, I take the note inside, I rip it off, leaves all this fucking gunk on my windscreen. That's awesome, one more thing to worry about. I take the note inside and I read it. And it basically says, hi, this is the council. Somebody's rung concerning this vehicle. Is it abandoned? If not, let us know and you won't have to pay a $5,000 fine and have your car impounded. It's not abandoned, it's registered. If they ran the rego, they could have just fucking called me, but they decided not to. You know when the council goes around, they put little chalk marks on your car, like on the tyres? Yeah, both the front and back tyre, covered in chalk. I'm talking like 10 notches each. It's like they were in fucking prison counting the days till they're released type shit. So on the Tuesday, I tried to call the council with the number provided on that little slip of paper. I called them about 6 times and it went straight to, thank you for calling the council. We appreciate your interest in contacting us. However, there will be a slight wait. Boop, boop, boop. So this went on 6 times where I'd just hear the little jingle and then it would just disconnect the call. On Tuesday I was like, fuck, I got shit to do, man. I gotta go to work, I gotta live my life, I gotta live my dreams, not my car dreams. I don't know whether or not they thought, hey, this guy's already got the intention of being a stereotypical BMW driver and not gonna use his indicator. And then they shot me before I could get past the starting line. As soon as they opened, I called them 6 times. 6 times in a row. Each time 3 seconds, play that little jingle, and then disconnect the call. And I thought, well, hey, if you're really that uninterested in talking to me, just fucking tell me that. You're gonna leave me hanging. And then you're gonna make me pay $5,000 because you wouldn't pick up my calls. I went down there on that Wednesday morning. I went into the council, I said, lovely lady at the desk, I was like, hey, look, I got a note in my car. I don't want to pay $5,000 because this car is not worth $5,000, let alone in a fine. And she was like, oh, okay, so what's the problem? Like, do you live on the street? I'm like, yeah, I live on the street. Why can't you move it? And I was like, oh, I'm having battery issues. We'll put a pin in that, by the way. We'll come back to that because that's a big fucking point. She goes, oh, okay, well, if you live on the street and you're having car problems, that's fine. You can stay there as long as you want. I'll tell the inspector to just forget about it if we get any more calls. And so I went back home. And I tried to jumpstart the battery with my old man. He has a power pack and we jumped the battery, turned it over, a little bit lumpy, but it was all right the second time round. Turned it off, let it charge back up, turned it over, everything right as rain. And then this old crone, she must have been looking out of her window from brewing a bitch's brew. And she walks out the door and she goes, is this your car? No. I'm just sitting in the fucking driver's seat revving the engine because, you know, I thought that was a good thing to do in the middle of the day, break into someone's car and start it up. And then she goes, oh, you know, it's been sitting here a month, which is a very big over-exaggeration. It had only been 3.5 weeks. I go, yes. And then Dad goes, oh yeah, we're having engine troubles. We're trying to get it moving now. And she goes, a month? And I go, yes. A month? Yes. A month? Yes! And then she walks off grumbling to herself, gets into a Suzuki Swift and goes to play fucking bingo or something, I don't know. That really pissed me off, and it pissed me off to the point where I went, fuck it, I'm not going to do anything with this car just to spite this lady. And here we are about another month later, and the car's still not got a new battery. It wouldn't be that hard for me to change the battery. It wouldn't be that expensive for me to buy a new battery for the car. Talking about batteries for the car, when I bought the car off this guy on Marketplace, mind you, that was my first mistake, he said the battery had been recently changed. I think he was full of horseradish. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, a battery's not a big deal, really, and all the other stuff on the car's not really a big deal, and it was running all right until the battery died. And I suspected it was a battery issue because, like, I'd get in, turn it on, and do the indicators or whatever, and I'd have the cabin light on, and that would start blinking with the indicators, and I go, alright, the battery's about to shit itself. And then it did. I was very worried about that. Getting my car impounded and having to pay a $5,000 fine, that wouldn't have been a very nice start to my Monday. Then I thought, if she's going to be a bitch about it, I can be a bitch about it too. So I'm being very strong-headed about this now, and it just gives me a reason not to do anything. Now, I may have been a little over-ambitious with the whole car idea anyway, because I know fuck all about cars. It's the thought that counts, right? I probably could have spent $1,000 less and bought a fucking, I don't know, a Getz or something. At least it would have taken me from A to B. You see, that's the struggle. Finding free time to do the things that you love and you want to put time and effort into. As far as creative endeavors go, I wouldn't consider the car a creative endeavor. It's more of a money pit. I haven't had time to do that. I haven't had energy to do that. And I haven't had time or energy to film any videos like this. It just happened to be today I had a day off and I wasn't really doing anything, so I thought, hey, set up the camera, set up some lights, got the microphone right here, so we're ready to go. It's a little bit more formal than my last one, but who knows, I might get lazy halfway through editing this and stop doing zoom pans or anything. I still want to make these videos, but probably not going to be as frequently as I'd hoped. They're fairly easy to put together, but like I said, trying to find free time where you're not emotionally, physically and spiritually exhausted is quite hard. I'm working a full-time job, so trying to find time within those 38 hours. I know people who work 3-4 jobs and do 80 hours a week. I don't understand that at all whatsoever. In fact, if I had the choice, I would sit down and do nothing all day, every day, and that would be fucking stellar. However, a man's got to earn a crust. You got to keep a roof over your head somehow, got to have clothes on your back and food on your plate, and that's how you do it. The 9 to 5 grind, except it's not 9 to 5. I usually start at 11 and finish at 7, so it takes up most of my fucking day. I don't get up early enough in the morning, so I'm always late, and I don't leave early enough at night, so it's always in the middle of my afternoon or at the start of night, and then my whole day is gone. Whereas if it was a 9 to 5, maybe you get up at 8, you can do a little bit of something, and then at 5 o'clock you still got a couple hours of daylight to burn. Whereas 11 to 7, especially this time of year where I am, the sun is gone by 4. And then it's over. That's an over-exaggeration, to be honest. It's gone by like 5:30, 6 o'clock, but the point still stands. When I'm out of work, the sun's out of work too, and the moon's come out to fucking play. And by that point, I'm just so fucking exhausted that I don't give a fuck about doing anything, so I come home and I watch YouTube videos. It's not productive. And there's a lot of things that I want to do. There's a lot of projects that I have so much passion for, but obviously not enough passion to get my ass out of bed and stop watching the fucking YouTube video. Also, the whole reason why I set the camera up here and did the talking heads sort of style video instead of being in the car is because I gotta make the clickbait title work, right? I gotta sell the idea. Me with my fucking Don Draper looking ass haircut right now.
Advertising is based.
Trying to get that creativity flowing enough, that inspiration flowing enough, that where it pushes you to do something. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day and I asked him, because he's got quite a lot of projects going on, because he's also doing a full-time job, and I asked him, where do you find the energy outside of those hours to actually do anything? I just feel stun-locked a lot of the time, doing fuck all. And he goes, I know if I don't do it, future me will be pissed off. And I think that's very inspirational, and I wish I could do that. However, I lay in bed and I think, what would future me think? Future me wouldn't give a fuck, he'd be doing the exact same thing. I had a big surge of inspiration today. I got sick of watching YouTube videos. I went, well, if these guys can do it, why can't I? So I'm giving it another shot. I'm going to try and go hard in the paint this time. Hopefully there'll be more consistent content coming out on this channel. Don't take my word for that, because every time I've said that, it never fucking happens. And as it so happens, I'm also very fucking lazy. Who knows, I can't find a Fiverr editor to edit this, then, well, it's probably never going to see the light of day either, so that's pretty good. But I suppose the point is, Mumstarts is back, and I don't really know what I'm doing with this channel. I don't know what the purpose of it is. It's kind of just like a shitpost channel, you know? I'll do a video here and a video there, maybe one of me smoking a cigarette, day drinking in a park, Jacob fucking Jones style. Actually, no, I highly recommend Connie Ramos. Connie Ramos is a very good content creator. She does philosophical talks while she's having a cigarette in her car. That's actually partially where I got the inspiration. Jacob fucking Jones, Connie Ramos, and a couple of other people who do that sort of content. And it just looked like fun. But my car doesn't even move. I can't smoke in my car because I can't move the fucking windows. They're locked in place. Also, another issue I had encountered with the vehicle is the Classic. And if you look this up, or you own an E23 735i from the 80s, it's got an anti-theft mechanic, which is really, really helpful if you're getting robbed of your car. It's called double locking. Now, the issue with that is I can't open the driver's side door anymore. From the outside, from the inside, no matter what key I use, it doesn't fucking change the story, man. The door's still double locked. And I can't understand, I can't wrap my head around how that would be practical in any sense when you're getting robbed for your door to just lock, like double lock, like nobody's able to open it, you're not able to open it, the robber's not able to open it. Everybody loses, because then you're just stuck in the fucking car. Mind you, my driver's side works and the two back doors work, so I don't know if the double lock system failed, and my central locking doesn't work anymore because my battery's dead. So once I get that changed, I'll come back to you guys with an update video, which will probably be 3 or 4 videos down the line, see how likely that is. I've rambled on for long enough, but I hope it was entertaining enough for you guys to be engaged all the way to the end of the video. If you liked the video, leave a like down below. If you didn't like it, that's nice. Let me know in the comments, I guess. If you know how to avoid council fines and good places in Guatemala to hide out and change my name to Jose Cortez, let me know. Anyway, I'll see you later, I guess. Mumstarts! Thank fuck I'm recording. I was about to lose my goddamn mind. I tell you, motherfucker, if I wasn't recording, it would have been over. It would have been fucking over. I'd be flipping my table. I'd be outside. I'd be smoking cigarettes, putting them out on kids' foreheads, man. Jesus Christ. Mumstarts. 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 I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. That was Susan Wojcicki's ghost. She told me to fucking terminate the channel. Oh, whoops. I really hope that's saved, because otherwise I'm gonna be pissed, brother!